Welcome back to the Byerly Studios, everybody. I am excited to create another varnishing video for you guys. Now, in this video, we're going to be using Liquitex Satin, and we're going to go ahead and apply 2 layers of varnish to the front of this Golden Panther painting. Now, this is a painting that I had made for my buddy James, one of my co-workers on my 9-to-5 job. And I also, of course, kept the Carolina Panthers in my mind as I created this painting. It is a very fun kind of surrealism abstract version of a Black Panther, and I made sure to introduce a lot of golds and a lot of blues in this overall painting. We kept the painting very cool and very dark, but that gold leaf and the gold paint really do allow it to pop in the sunlight, or light in general, I guess. So as you can see, we are doing a vertical varnish on this, and I do keep this partially in real time here. So as you can see, I am just kind of dripping it down, letting those drips run down the length of the canvas there. And I have my halo light off to the side just a little bit, but there is a glare on the canvas. When I do the second layer, I'll put the halo light in a different position so we can get a different look at the kind of like the glaze as we apply it to the surface of the painting here. Now, this was painted on I think it was a 16 by 20 gessoed panel board. So it is very stiff. It's not having a lot of give or anything like that to it. So I'm just using a small round brush there. And we're just going to go ahead and slowly put a nice thin layer on this canvas here. It's working out quite well. And I do have to kneel down a little bit to make sure I can see the glare of the varnish as we apply it. Just because of the height of it, the trajectory of the light hitting the canvas. I want to make sure there's no spots that's really good, miss entirely. And if I did, then the second coat should be able to remedy that issue. So I always try to put at least more than one coat on it. If I can put 2 or 3, then I will. This is the original of this painting, and I will be offering prints of this through my Etsy shop as well as Pictorum. And if you would like a particular animal as an original, just let me know. This original, however, is going to James, and he will have the original with all my artistic signatures and papers on the back of it. So if maybe I ever become famous one day, maybe he can resell it for a bunch of money. But you can definitely check out my paintings and my prints over on my Etsy shop and Pictorum.com. Just search for my name, John Byerly. My goal with this varnishing video is not only just to keep it kind of short and simple, but also allow a little bit of the real time in it. So at this point right now, I'm on 2x speed, but when I go back to varnishing the front forward facing portion of the canvas, I'll reduce it into 1x speed. But I still do varnish quite quickly just to make sure it doesn't dry up on me and get tacky. I'm going to go ahead and hit this with a nice heat gun and then let that cool just for a few moments before I apply the second layer directly after the first. As you can see, I did zoom in a little bit here so you can see that little gold shimmer there. Now, just remember, we have gold leaf behind a lot of this paint, as well as the actual Folkart Pure Gold crafting paint. I did use a crafting paint in this painting, and then the rest of that is all Winsor & Newton paints. I do, however, believe that I'm going to start switching up my acrylics to Liquitex here soon. I like the larger size of 2 paints that they offer. Not that Winsor & Newton doesn't offer large size paints, but I really do think I'm going to lean into a different brand here soon. I'm going to use up the remainder of the paints that I have of my Winsor & Newton before I shift into another brand completely. As you can see there, I'm just letting that drip down there. I just think it's kind of cool to get that on camera as it drips down the canvas. And then we just use our large brush here just to kind of just distribute that around. You will also notice that after I get the overall coverage on there, and I'm down below so I can see the glare of the halo light on the wet surface, I will also try to make sure that the brush strokes of my paintbrush, moving that varnish across the surface, kind of follow the general shape and direction of the body. Like, I'll follow the nose, the curvature of the cheeks and the mouth, and then the shoulder blade as it goes down into the body. Making sure that I kind of make sure that those, if there are any paint strokes left in the varnish, then they kind of follow the overall silhouette of the item that we're varnishing there. As you can see, it is substantially darker than it was before. Throughout the painting process, I do wet it often just to see how dark the paints will be when it's all said and done and varnished. I really do hope James likes this painting, and I really was excited to be able to finish this out. It went through an ugly stage, but you can always check that video out. In its entirety. I did a full 6x speed as well as a 36x speed video on painting this bad boy. I really do think those gold leaf eyes look absolutely incredible and stunning even in the dark. I hope James does enjoy this painting. Of course, it was for his birthday / Christmas present. I told him I was going to make him a painting, and I followed through. Of course, the next painting in the acrylic playlist will probably be a polar bear. Make sure you stay tuned for that. Subscribe and like, and I'll catch you guys later.